Okay, hello everyone, Foul Play here, and we are back for round 4 of this Modern League. We did just get a nice little 2-0 against an Omnath control deck, which pretty much did nothing but retrace some timely reinforcements in match 2 there. In match 1 they just missed on their land drop, so you know, that's all good by me as well. No complaints whatsoever. Those sort of bad matchups, I'll take what I can get. So, we'll click join match and get into it. Looks like we lost the die roll. We're up against Pilot Toto. And let's see how we go here. What does our 7 look like? Well, they haven't decided to be on the play yet, so we're just gonna have to wait on them for the time being. Alright, so looks like they chose to play first. They're mulliganing to 6. We can keep this hand, it's pretty decent. Not super amazing. We take a lot of damage from our lands. We don't have any life gain in it. We have no way to fetch basics, and we're pretty gosh damn dead to like just one Thoughtseize, but I mean, not everyone's running Thoughtseize, not everyone's running Burn. Even if we are versing Burn, we could potentially draw a life like Daybreak Coronet anyway. So Street Wraith, this is definitely looking like a Death Shadow deck. Can I win this? Maybe. Yeah, we can beat them. If they know what we are, we can beat them. Don't need to get all scared and just, like, concede for information here. Dryad Arbor, if they don't have a removal spell, we can draw a Hyena Umbra and make it a little more threatening. So, I'm going to leave the Dryad Arbor in hand here. Play out the Razorverge Thicket, which we just drew. Obviously, we could play Dryad Arbor and attack for 1, but that's not really doing anything but exposing it. So, we don't want to get it like at least out of lightning bolt range. So, Magnetic Channeler, 2 mana, 1/3. As long as there's 4 or more instant sorceries in your graveyard, it gets +3/+1. Discard a card, exile the top 2 cards of your library, then choose one of them that you may play that this turn. Okay. Jank, so much jank. Alright, well, I don't really care about that at the moment. They've got 1 sorcery in the graveyard, so they've discarded Dismember. 2 cards in the exile zone. Death Shadow Foothills, so they're able to play a Death Shadow this turn for free. It's pretty good. Definitely much prefer answering the Death Shadow here to it's slightly more mana efficient to just crack this Horizon Canopy. Alright. Last back. Yes, I play Temple Garden then, because I'm almost certainly pathing Death Shadow. We also drew the Hyena Umbra, so we can look to get Dryad Arbor out next turn and actually make something of it all from that point. Opponent is trying to attack us for 1. Cracking Marsh Flats, going for that extra damage. Alright, did just skip through the damage there. Tarmogoyf. Alright, well, obviously the proper threat is Death Shadow. If there was maybe a Scourge, that might be consideration as a creature to target as well, but no Scourge. So just path the Shadow. No point if you misplay like that, just trying to disguise it. Just try and correct the play. No point trying to disguise anything. Alright, so lightning bolt here on our creature. Obviously, that's really bad for us. I mean, if we draw a scout next turn, we still make a massive creature and we get flying down. So, we'll be in a very good spot from there. So, Mishra's Bobble targeting us. Information on our next draw. They're attacking for 6. Mishra's Bobble adding the artifact typing to the grave, buffing the Goyf. And Channeler's just discarding again. Another dismember, alright. Traverse the Ulvenwild. Funky. Alright, Tarmogoyf in the revealed card zone. Okay. Scout for the win. Alright. We pretty much needed exactly scout. Even if I cycle to a creature, I'm taking too much damage and I'm just losing. Alright, well, discard effect was very strong there. Let's go to sideboarding. Now, normally against Tarmogoyf Jund decks, I take my paths out, but this is a shadow deck, so I really need all 4 copies. Normally take them out for Rest in Peace. It's also a Traverse Shadow deck, so probably 2 copies of Rest in Peace is fine anyway. Take out our core Spirit Dancers, they just die way too much. Same with Dryad Arbor, although I don't really think I can afford to take out Dryad Arbor. Might just minus on the Sentinel's Eyes. Keep our 6 evasiveness effects with the Grispoon and Spirit Mantles there. Alright, so obviously being on the play would be lovely. Yep, this hand is not any good. Wow. Talk about all your rubbish hands. Alright, down to 4. I mean, that is just so many landless hands in a row. Landless or creatureless hands in a row. Are we really winning on 3? Probably not. If I keep this, I can keep Scout, Leyline, Grispoon, Ethereal Armor. That's a decent clock. I wouldn't be getting land, and I'd be on the draw, essentially. Don't really think we can go lower. Alright, I really don't like this. I really don't like this at all. I can't see us winning on 3 cards, though. Alright. What you got, opponent? Your turn 1 discard does nothing. They have to target themselves with Mishra's Bobble now, so we don't really need to check that in this particular game. Alright, so we brick on land. No surprises there, given our mulliganing luck. Just lightning bolt themselves. Yeah, fair enough. Looks like they're going to be getting a big old shadow out real soon. It's a little bit scary. I mean, yeah, no capable hands. Not even at 4 was that a capable hand, but I just can't see us winning on 3. The better hand, what's a better hand? Like, Leyline, creature, and land, or... I mean... At least I have a clock here with my auras. Let's play out our scout. Just pass the turn. Can look to hold up path for next turn. I mean, we're very likely dead just soon. We're taking double Death Shadow damage, so that 1 fetch land is adding 6 damage, 6 power to the board. And they've got a team of Battle Rage? I mean, like, just what am I going to do, man? Shock in a Temple Garden and just, like, pass? That's not going to happen. That's not going to win it for us. Alright. Well, lost there, but no surprising. No real surprise. I mean, Not with the hands we were dealt. We couldn't do too much there. So onwards to match 5. About there. Alright, looks like our opponent didn't click the join button, so we're going to be re-queuing, or is it our internet that's freaking out? Guess we'll find out in a second. Alright, so match found. We lost the die roll as well, again. I reckon that's the 4th time we've lost at this leg. Oh well. Definitely still capable of winning games. The extra card is always nice. Up against bar check. Ooh, they've got an Obosh. So this is very likely either a burn deck or a Ponza deck. I think we keep this hand in the blind. It does a lot of what we want to do really well. Although, alright, looks like it's a mono red burn deck with Obosh. It's fine. Alright, well we can't help but take a little bit of damage from our lands here. We can get a giant creature down, and we can potentially get another creature off to the side as a chump blocking creature. Opponent attacking for 1. That's not at all scary. Maybe they've missed a land drop here. Light up the stage. Okay, I suppose that makes plenty of sense, right? That's what these decks do. So we've got a Seasoned Pyromancer and a Flame Slash. Wow. Okay. Well, Flame Slash not going to do much. Seasoned Pyromancer isn't going to do much either. I guess they can play Seasoned Pyromancer next turn, but nothing too scary to worry about considering. Alright, let's just go aggressive here. Like, our opponent's putting 0 pressure on us. I could try and be, like, cheeky by playing a second scout out to jump block with the Hyena Umbra. Like, attacking for 1, putting a second scout out, and then jump blocking with the Hyena Umbra. But it's really just no point. Lava Spike us, or Lava Dart us. Yes, they're looking for a big Prowess this turn, and they want to, like, not... They don't want to have to use the mana from Lava Dart to do that. They want to be casting Seasoned Pyromancer here. Make use of that. So what are they discarding? Is it mana sources, or something else? Mountain and Bone Crusher Giant getting 1 elemental. Attacking us for 1. With Lava Dart, they can pump it up to 2. Alright, so they don't even Lava Dart now. Okie dokie. It's a pretty good spot to go in on Core Spirit Dancer here. They do have the Soul Scour Mage, though. Which means it'll get neg counters, and the Totem Arm is kind of redundant. They do have a Lava Dart in the grave they can hit it for 1 with. Still going to have 4 points of toughness then. And they'd lose a land. Alternative is play double Hyena Umbra, attack for 9, and a Scout to block with. Oh, sure. That sounds fine, right? We don't need Core Spirit Dancer. Right, Scout down on chump blocking duty. That's only going to be bad if they have Crash Through, but even then we just trade the 1 point of damage for the chump blocker and force the Crash Through. If they don't have lethal here, obviously we're attacking with 9 trample, which is really, really strong. Alright, opponent concedes. So, moving on to sideboarding. We're going to want our Leyline of Sanctity, and we're going to want all our paths. Core Spirit Dancer, probably the weakest card here. And I can't see us really wanting... Actually, we will want to remove the extra Core Spirit Dancer, bring in Force and Seal, because Blood Moon is definitely something that a mono-red Obosh deck could and would have. I think we just remove 1 Griffspoon. Spirit Mantle is like going to be more powerful for us if we're put in a position where we need to chump block, so going to hedge around that. Alright. No creature, we got to throw this one. Though the Leyline, Daybreak, and Path to Exile all look fantastic. Throw it and look for something better. Alright, this is definitely something better. We're going to bottom the Temple Garden here. Use Windswept Teeth to fetch a Plains. Alright, come at us, opponent. Show us what you got. Soul Scour Mage. Alright, that's fine. That Rancor is like super awkward because now with triple green aura in hand, there's a very large likelihood I might actually want to get a basic forest with this Windswept Teeth. Stomp us? Yeah, sure. Yep, alright, let's use this for a forest. We drew the white source on Temple Garden anyway. It's definitely worth playing around the Blood Moon here. Attack for 5. If my opponent Anger of the Gods, they get us. But other than that, we should be pretty good. Should even be able to beat a Blood Moon here, so see what they do. I'm sure that, like... Yeah, there's the Blood Moon. I'm sure, like, for any opponent, like, sitting there going, why is he fetching the forest instead of the plains? The reason why is because I'm full of green auras in hand, which is quite the rarity with this deck, particularly with how I construct it these days. So attack for 8, put our opponent to 7. Obviously, we add an extra 3 power up to an 11 powered creature next turn. So if my opponent can deal 13 damage with 1 Soul Scour Mage, they can take it, but... As you've seen, they've conceded. We get the 3-2, so that's very nice. They've conceded just because they can't deal with it. Obviously, made the correct decision to fetch out the basic forest there. That's pretty reasonable decision that people should probably be able to pick up on there. So yeah, list-wise, I mean, I thought it performed fine for me. Main deck wise, I don't really think I need to change too much. I don't hate having the 3 ley lines in the main deck. Not as necessary as the 4 at the moment. I do think I want to get an extra source of artifact or enchantment destruction. So I'm going to go ahead and chuck in the Unravel for the next time I play this deck. Probably just going to go down on... Probably Rest in Peace. Graveyard decks haven't been that big at the moment. Alright, so that's going to be it for that deck. Now I'm going to move on to playing some blue Bogles here.